Hello everyone and welcome to what is going to be a common occurrence in my channel. So from time to time, I'll be making videos about the content of my book. I believe the message is too important and it needs to be propagated as much as possible. So this passage is called Rebuilding Society Through Meaningful Connection from pillar number 1, the law of opposites. Welcome everyone to another Life Protocol video. So in a world where people are more aware of their cognitive styles and how they interact with others, relationships could shift from being accidental to intentional. So this knowledge could be applied to dating algorithms, premarital counseling, and even workplace dynamics, ensuring that people form strong, fulfilling connections in both personal and professional settings. So by integrating this approach into societal structures, we could counteract declining birth rates by making family life more appealing, reducing relational instability and fostering a culture where people feel secure enough to build lasting, meaningful partnerships. The result? A world where relationships are not just surviving, but thriving, ensuring the long-term stability of both individuals and society as a whole. So as you can see, even in people, the binary nature of the universe is inescapable, right? Like introversion versus extroversion, sensor versus intuitive, feeling versus thinking, and perceiving versus judging. I'm not going to say that we have zero awareness of the binary nature of the universe, and this is a brand new concept. So here are some examples of the recognition of this theory in human history, like yin and yang, like in China in the 3rd century. It's like an ancient Taoist philosophy that describes everything as existing in complementary opposites: light, darkness, male, female, order, chaos, like good and evil in various religions, right? So many spiritual traditions recognize a binary moral framework: God versus Satan in Christianity, Dharma versus Adharma in Hinduism, magnetic poles, like every magnet has a north and a south pole, they cannot exist separately. So matter and antimatter. So the discovery of antimatter showed that every particle has an opposite counterpart: electron, positron. So male and female sexes, ancient knowledge but scientifically explained in the 19th century. So most living organisms reproduce through two sexes with complementary roles. So the DNA base pairing, right? DNA is structured in a binary like complementary base pairs, so left and right brain hemispheres, right? So the human brain is divided into two hemispheres with specialized functions: logic versus creativity. So this pattern of binary opposites appears everywhere, suggesting a deep structural principle governing reality. So could it be that maybe these differences between people are just another example of how this concept is inescapable, and we maybe are just fated to clash with each other, right? That is how society, progress, and evolution take place. So throughout history, struggle and opposition, like capitalism versus communism, innovation versus tradition, competition versus cooperation, have often fueled growth and change. So evolution itself is driven by natural selection, which is a form of struggle. So while history suggests that conflict plays a role in progress, humans are also capable of cooperation, empathy, and compromise. So we sin and fall short of perfection because of the deep-seated traumas embedded in our minds. These traumas shape our thoughts, behaviors, and decisions. So it's essentially becoming the framework through which we operate. So in many ways, they dictate who we are, often without our conscious awareness. There is also an innate tendency towards rebellion and retaliation when we experience pain, which can be linked to our survival instinct, the most fundamental drive of all living beings. When we are hurt, we instinctively react with anger and a desire to inflict the same suffering onto others. If our actions are driven by unresolved trauma, which is inherently painful, then humanity becomes trapped in a perpetual cycle of suffering and harm. Without true understanding of how our minds function, the cycle remains unbroken. So my goal is to bring awareness to this reality so that we can finally free ourselves from it and move toward healing, growth, and true understanding. What if Jesus understood these complexities but had no way of explaining them in full due to their overwhelming depth and complexity? Perhaps the only way to guide humanity was to establish moral laws that people would follow based on faith without needing to understand every intricate detail. So the concept of sin may have been introduced as a way to direct human behavior, ensuring that societies could grow and civilizations could flourish. So when we recognize the flawed nature of our cognitive functions, shaped by trauma, survival instincts, and unconscious biases, it becomes clear why we struggle with sin. We cling to our beliefs and ways of life because they provide us with a sense of security. So when someone challenges our way of living, it feels like a threat to our survival, and we instinctively react with resistance and even aggression. So this explains why conflict is so deeply ingrained in human nature and highlights the need for a greater understanding of ourselves if we are to break free from the cycle. The cycle won't end if we don't understand what is happening behind the curtains or in our unconscious. Like I always say, understanding breeds acceptance. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. If you think the theory of traumas is intriguing, you'll be glad to know that it's just a portion of the entire framework. If you're interested, I'll send you a free copy. Just comment below or email me. The information is in the description. And if the book resonates with you and you want to help support the message, you can get a copy on Amazon to help spread it further. It's entirely up to you.
If you liked the video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. That will allow us to keep making more videos like this. For more related content, please click on one of the suggested videos. Thank you for watching.